Hey guys, it is Sunday night, so it is time for what you guys decided to start calling Cooking Club. I don't know, I kind of like Kitchen Club too. I don't know, I'm going to wait for a couple of you guys to show up. I started using this little light, we'll see if it works for me. I was hoping to get a little more light so you guys could see my face, but it's kind of making me blue, so we'll see. Hello, welcome to Cooking Club. Glad that you're joining us tonight. I'm going to be cooking, let's see, I'll be making quinoa. I'll be making, these delicious garbanzo beans that I started making yesterday, and they're a really good snack, so I'll be making those. I'll make the spaghetti that we did last week. I'll also be making what is called glop in my family. It's kind of a conglomeration of all sorts of goodness, but I'll be making veggie glop. And I'll be chopping up a salad mix and doing some snacks as well. 2 or 3 pieces of information. I will be kind of tossing things up a little bit next week. I will be doing Cooking Club on Friday evening instead of on Sunday evening. I'll still be broadcasting on Sunday, but it won't be Cooking Club. I'll be doing my food prep for the following week up to the 23rd, 24th. On that Friday, because Brian will be going out of town. Hi, Texas Allie. Welcome. So we'll be doing, if you want to tune in and do Cooking Club, that's awesome. I still want you guys to be here. I'll still be broadcasting, but it'll be Friday evening instead of, it'll be Friday evening instead of Sunday evening. So my shopping update will be on Wednesday. I'm going to start doing a post on what I'm buying, how I'm prepping for the food prep that I'm doing. So after that, it'll go back to being on Sunday evenings. I'll just have the kids by myself, so a 3-month-old and a 3-year-old food prep is gonna be a little difficult. So tonight we're making quinoa with broccoli and garbanzo beans. We're making spaghetti with my spaghetti sauce. We're making veggie glop, salad mix, garbanzo beans, and I think that's it. We'll see. I may do some other stuff. I'll give you an update on how my 10-day shred is going. You may actually notice in my face a little bit. I'm on day 6. Today was day 6, and it was pretty amazing. Thanks for the heart. The 10-day shred has been amazing so far. I have a lot of energy. I'm sleeping better. I'm just all sorts of good stuff. My son's been doing about a 2-mile walk with me in the morning every day. So the 10-day shred, just to let you guys know that the ones that weren't here last week when I told you guys that I was going to be starting it, it's no caffeine, no alcohol, no dairy, no gluten. It's 2 complete shakes a day and the Juice Plus Trio. You have to be active for 30 to 90 minutes every single day of the shred. It's just to keep your body active and get you in the habit of moving your body. You're to drink a gallon of water, at least a gallon of water today, which if you've been following me, you already know that I do that, and sleep at least 7 hours a night. So with a 3-month-old, sometimes I get 7-hour chunks, usually not. Let me grab my water real quick. I filled it up, but I didn't put it over here. I was like, don't forget it, and then I forgot it. So here we go. All right, water break. I have on my stove 3 pots, and then I have my coconut oil here waiting for me. And you ready to get started? I'm ready. Okay. Oh, I didn't measure out my water for the quinoa. Darn it, I knew I forgot something. Hold on. Let me grab my water pitcher. Okay, and I started using this light so that you guys could see my face a little bit better, and that's working, but it's making me blue. I'm just going to be blue for you. Okay, so let's grab all of the things that we need. You guys are in the cabinet, just in case you were wondering why it always looks like weird. And I put you guys different today. It's angled a little different. Normally the camera's down over here. Today it's up here. So we'll see. All right, I'm going to measure out my water. And for those of you that have never had quinoa, please go try it. It's delicious. It's really good for you. It's a complete protein. It's just awesome. And it takes the place of rice and some of the other things that you would use that are small and ball-like. So I'm going to make 4 cups of it. So I'll do 4 cups of water and 2 cups of quinoa. It cooks just like rice. And I'm going to spice it with all sorts of goodness, so it'll be delicious. And I'm going to use this as kind of the main part of one of my meals this week. Excuse me, I'm burping again, sorry. It's all that water. When I drink water, guys. Okay, so as I'm going, if you have any questions, just let me know. As you know, Cooking Club is open for discussions, and we talk about all sorts of stuff. Last week, I think we covered, what did we talk about last week? We talked about Dr. Bronner's and cleaning supplies and all sorts of good stuff. So I am just turning on, oh, you know what I should do first? Let's preheat the skillets over here, the skillet and the pot over here that I'm going to be using, because we want to make sure that those are warm. And then once those are warm, I'll put the coconut oil in. And I use stainless steel. For those of you that are here for the first time, I use stainless steel. I heat it up, I let it get warm, and then I put the coconut oil in, let that get warm. So sometimes it can take a little bit, but it makes a much better cooking experience. You may hear in the back, my husband has our little bitty girl, and he's keeping her quiet so that I can do Cooking Club with you guys. So while those are all getting warm, I'm going to go ahead and start prepping things. Let's get the quinoa in. Hello, Cooking Club! Okay, now since you are like one of the founding members of Cooking Club, I wanted to run it by you that maybe we change it to Kitchen Club, because we do talk about other stuff than cooking, but it's always done in my kitchen. Think about it, let me know what you think, and we can discuss it while I'm cooking today. So right now I am putting quinoa in. Hold on. I can only find my 1/4 of a cup scoop, so that's what I'm using, but I need to get 2 cups out of this bag. So I get my quinoa at Costco, but I get I'll show you the bag. It's the True Roots organic quinoa. It's really good. It's pre-washed. I like using it. It's delicious. All right, so our quinoa is in. I'll show you the bag. And I am now out of quinoa, but because I prep it, it's usually not that big of a deal. I don't get to the day that I need to cook it and not have any. So, complete protein, traditionally grown, authentic quinoa. That's for those of you that have a Costco and would like to go there. Whoo! We've got something that was underneath the burner, I guess, from last week. So, whew, it's getting a little smoky in here. Let's add some spices to our quinoa. I like to add, what do you think I'm going to, will you talk about everything in life? Yes, exactly. We talk about everything in life. So, I'm thinking Kitchen Club is a really good name for it because it happens in my kitchen and it's not just cooking. What do you think? Are you prepping your food today? Are you cooking with me or are you just watching? Because I know we talked about you guys all were going to kind of possibly be cooking with me. But I know sometimes that can be hard to get prepped for. Are you cooking too? Maybe. I'm on the East Coast. Oh, okay. Alright, so, one of the things that I should probably tell you since you just came on is that next week, Cooking or Kitchen Club is going to be on Friday night because I'm prepping from the 16th through the 23rd because my husband's going to be out of town. So, just so you're aware, it'll be on a different day. So if you're, I'll also be posting an update. I'm going to start doing my shopping update. So what I do for how I go shopping. That'll be on Wednesday this week. Normally it's on Friday. I don't know why Fridays work better for me, but Sprouts has double Wednesday ads. So, as we talked about last week, when you're shopping for trying to use, coupons or whatever, you have to know when those ads are. All right, I've already preheated my skillet and my pot. So now we're gonna heat up the coconut oil. Man, something was underneath within that burner. Whew, man, it's a little stinky in here now. Oh, and how do you like this light? Because now I've got a light up there. I know it's making me blue, see? It's an LED like reading light that I found in my office. So, but now you can see me better, right? So maybe I'll try and figure out how to make it less blue. Maybe I'll see if I can put something on it. All right, what we're cooking today, for those of you that are taking notes, I am cooking quinoa with garbanzo beans and broccoli, spaghetti, the same spaghetti that I did last week, quinoa. I'm making veggie glop, which is a family, yes, spaghetti glop, but I'm making it veggie style. I'm going to be doing, tomorrow I will be roasting a chicken, so I may do a scope on that as I'm prepping it, because I'm not obviously going to do much of it today. I'll cut the carrots for it, but I won't do anything else. So maybe I'll do a scope tomorrow. Yeah, on a roasted turkey, and I'm roasting it in my crock pot. How cool is that? I always roast them in the crock pot now because it doesn't take my oven out. What else I'm doing today, I'm also going to make garbanzo beans, roast those. So they're a really good snack. They're really good for you, and I'm going to make them so that you guys can see them. I think that's it. See, I wrote down my little list of things. That's why I'm looking off camera. What to do salads with garbanzo beans. Oh yeah, salads with garbanzo beans. I usually, when I roast them, they're either a snack, they're part of one of my meals, or I put them in salads because they replace croutons really well. The ones that I made yesterday are almost gone, but they are taco seasoning and they are delicious. So, and I'm also going to be doing some salad mix like I do every week. Some of my things I won't buy until Wednesday because I'll be prepping. Like, it's just weird. I didn't buy them this week because I'll be buying them Wednesday. Water break. Everybody take a drink of water. Okay. So now my oil is nice and heated. So I'm going to go ahead and stir my quinoa. Yes, good. Gotta take our water breaks, guys. It's important. Hydration is important. All right, so I'm stirring my quinoa. I've already got 4 cups of water, 2 cups of quinoa, basil, nutritional yeast, coconut oil, and a little bit of pepper. And some chili powder, a little bit, just a little bit. All right. So let's go with the pasta sauce. In the pasta sauce, tomatoes, a red bell pepper. I ran out of red cabbage. That's one of the things I have to get on Wednesday that I don't have. That big bag that I was using is all gone. So in this is a quarter of an onion, garlic, basil, a little bit of oregano, nutritional yeast. Trying to think of everything that's in it, but we're going to put it right in. That's the coconut oil. That's nice and heated. Making it, it's very excited today. Kind of like the peppers last week. Do you remember those? They were so loud. They were so happy. All right. And after I get off with you guys, I will be washing diapers. So, I just have a fun-filled night planned. And then hopefully I'll get to bed by midnight. We shall see. That's, like I told you guys, it's the one thing that I struggle with on my 10-day shred is getting that 7 hours of sleep. So, let's think here. Cloth diapers should be another scope. I know, right? I could do so many other ones, and I need to just write down all of the things that come up as things that I should do as scopes, but one of these days I will actually keep a notepad while we're doing this, while we're doing Kitchen Club, so that I can remember the things that we said that I should do. Okay, so I'm going to start prepping. I don't have my peppers already cut yet, so okay, really, really sharp paring knife. Having a sharp paring knife is a good thing. Oh, I'm sorry, hold on. My nose is itchy, and now I need to wash my hands. Okay. Man, there was like a hair on my nose. It's very weird. All right, really sharp paring knife. Here we go on the peppers. And then just pull those seeds out, pull the veins out. Yeah, these, I didn't get a chance to prep them before we started because, well, we ate late and then everything just kind of got later and later. So, excuse me while I prep a little bit. Yes, I prep for prepping. How funny is that? Alright, so I've got my peppers that I'm going to be cutting up here. And then really today is just a lot of chopping and shoving it all in the pots. It's really not a whole lot of anything crazy other than getting the chopping done. I feel like sometimes I'm prepping and it's like specific stuff that I have to drain or cut specific ways, but that hair is still on my nose. Yes, my meals have lasted all week. So last week, remember I basically do a meal. Oh, I'm scratching my nose with my Fitbit. All right, last week I did all those meals, and I did, let's see, stuff for a salad, and I can't even remember everything I cooked last week. I did the taco veggies, which lasted 2 nights. We actually had those tonight as well. I try to do leftovers on Sundays because it's just easier. I've always done that, not even just when I started doing Periscopes on Sundays, but I try to do leftovers on Sundays. So, let's see. Now we've got a pepper here, and we're just going to chop that puppy up. And I've already chopped up 1 giant clove of garlic, and then I'm going to chop up, what am I cooking right now? 10-day shred. I am actually on day 6. Thank you for asking. I did a little bit of an update on this toward the beginning. I'm on day 6, and I feel amazing. I don't know if you can tell in my face. I can tell in my face. But I've been sleeping even better than I had been, which I sleep pretty well anyway, even though I have a little one that likes to wake me up in the middle of the night. It's just, I've been sleeping so well, and I've had more energy. I've been taking my 3-year-old on about a 2-mile hike, not hike, more like just walk, a 2-mile walk with me in the morning. I started that on again, I should say, when I started the 10-day shred, I used to take a daily walk with him before his sister was born. And I haven't found it very hard to stick to the eating because we kind of eat like that anyway. So that hasn't really been difficult, but it's been really good. I feel really good. And I can tell that not eating the dairy and the gluten has helped. I keep on doing this with the knife, and I know that's rude. I'm really sorry. But I know that I've been trying to cut out gluten more and more, and this just kind of solidifies for me that that's a good idea, because I can see the swelling in my hands, and it wasn't even that much swelling. Let's be clear. There wasn't a whole lot of swelling. Uh-oh. Come on, coconut oil, stick with me here. There wasn't that much swelling to begin with because of how we normally eat, but the gluten and the dairy, I'm just pretty much gonna stick to that for the rest of my 30-day shred after I finish my 30-day reset after I finish the shred, because it's just been that beneficial. I may have some here and there, but like my Greek yogurt, because I love Greek yogurt, let's just be honest. But it's been good. It's been really, really good. Thank you for asking. I have 4 more days, so we shall see how that goes. I'll post a before and after picture on Instagram so you guys can see there. And if anyone wants to join me on the rest of my 30-day reset, I am totally down for that. I'm excited about it. I'll be able to eat. Where did you get the idea for it? It's actually, hold on. Really hot oil. Go on, guys. One of the Juice Plus doctors came up with it. One of the doctors that is all about Juice Plus. Oh, maybe she's a personal trainer. I think she might be a personal trainer. But she came up with it. It was just as a she saw that while she was eating Juice Plus and having that, and it was really super awesome in her body, she needed to still cut some stuff out, and it ended up being gluten and dairy and alcohol and caffeine. And so she did it, and then she asked some of the people that she's helped with Juice Plus if they wanted to do it, and of course they were like, yeah, sure, we'll do it. And it's just kind of gone through a lot of the teams as something that we're all doing, and I was like, yeah, I want to do that. And then I was like, actually, I want to do a commitment to a 30-day reset, because after being pregnant, while I ate really well while I was pregnant, I wanted to make sure that I was being intentional about what I was eating and what my family was eating. So we all take Juice Plus every day. My son has the gummies, and my husband and I take the capsules. Right now I'm having 2 shakes a day. And then we also have the complete bars. I don't think I've shown you those yet. So what's going into the glop right now, because it's all veggie, it's 1 pepper, a carrot, a quarter of an onion, garlic, whole zucchini, and then I'll put in some tomatoes, and I think I'm going to use tomato paste in this one. Normally I don't, but I have some, so let me show you the bars while I'm thinking about it. So this is the powder, and then these are the bars, and they're really super delicious and super nutritious, and they really just those bars are so easy. My son actually asks for them. He'll ask for a snack bar, so they're just easy to toss in your bag and go. Alright, let's add in those tomatoes. If I don't have fresh tomatoes, I get the organic tomatoes from Flavor of the Bars. Hold on. The bar that I showed you was the dark chocolate fig, and then the other one is honey tart cherry. So tart cherries are really good for inflammation. They're really good for your brain. They're really good for a lot of stuff. Yeah, they're delicious. So they're really easy to get kind of addicted to. But yeah, my son loves them, and the good thing is that I don't have to worry about giving them to him, because they're all whole food nutrition, and they're super nutritious, and they're super nutrient dense. So he can have them, and I don't have to worry about it. Alright, the other thing, so I'm making glop right now. So normally my dad's recipe, okay, my dad came up with glop when I was probably like 5 or 6 years old, and he was home with my sisters and I by himself, and he was like, what am I supposed to feed these children? So my mom was, I think she was at a conference or something, for women's conference or something, and we had ground beef, we had ketchup, mustard, Worcestershire, and noodles. And I think garlic. And that's what the base for glop is. So I took the meat out and substituted all sorts of healthy veggies. And I still use the mustard and the Worcestershire, but I use real tomatoes, and I kind of saute it all down together, and obviously real garlic instead of garlic powder. But that's glop, and you can have it over noodles if you want, or you can just have it the way that it is. So that's, my mustard is being sassy. Sassy mustard. And you can use either brown or yellow mustard if you want. But it's called glop. It's probably got another name. You like sassy mustard? Well, this mustard is very sassy. It just decided to everywhere, even though it's mostly full. Alright, and then we just Worcestershire in there. Again, sorry, I don't really... My dad probably has a recipe for this somewhere on one of his websites, but I don't have it, and I just kind of eyeball all of my seasonings, as you guys know. So I'm just stirring the mustard in to make sure that we don't have any chunks of mustard, because you want the flavor to go everywhere. So we've got mustard and Worcestershire. And then all of that is just going to sit and simmer. That's all it is. It all simmers down. You can cook the veggies for as long as you want or as little as you want, and it all just kind of comes together. Now my quinoa that I started at the beginning is starting to bubble. So I'm probably gonna go ahead and cover that so that it cooks. I need to move my teapot. Tonight seems to be going much more quickly. I don't know if it's because, oh, my nose, I'm so sorry. I don't know if it's going more quickly tonight because I know more of what I'm doing, or if it's, oh, what did you write? I didn't see it. That was really long too, I'm sorry. What did you just write? I'll wait, you can retype. Store them in the fridge. I use, hold on, let me cover this. I'll bring it down and cover it. Oh, this is the wrong lid, it's too small. Plastic or Pyrex? Glass. I use mason jars or Pyrex. Is this the right one? Yes. You can tell that I haven't had these pots and pans for very long, although they are kind of similar in size. So I usually use mason jars because these are actually a lot easier to store in my fridge than a bowl. I can do 2 of these and they fit really nicely on the shelves versus 1 of these that kind of stacks weird, and then you have weirdness of stuff going up against it. So sometimes I will put things in my Pyrex, but most of the time it'll be in the mason jar, because they're just as easy to clean and store and all that kind of good stuff. So, all of that is now cooking and good. Hold on, spaghetti. I need to put the spaghetti in because the sauce is now bubbling. So let's open, we're doing, again, gluten-free because we're taking the gluten out of our meals. So the gluten-free spaghetti, the same kind that I used last week for the spaghetti and the pasta salad, which that stuff was delicious, even cold. We ate it cold once and it was amazing. All right, let's take some spaghetti and I'm going to go ahead and break it in half again, just like I did last week. Get all of that in there. I need more spoon rests. Since I'm prepping more food, I need more spoon rests because I'm cooking all of these meals simultaneously. Oil or pasta water. Salt. I'm actually, this is kind of cheating, but I just take my pasta sauce and I heat that up with the coconut oil like I showed you guys last week, and then I cook my pasta in it. So I don't use pasta water at the moment unless I'm cooking for something like that. Yeah, for the no boiling, no boiling. For the pasta salad I did because I didn't have any liquid to cook it in, right? And the first time I did this, I think my son, he was very young, and I was just like, I can't fathom boiling water and cooking the noodles and draining them and then putting the pasta sauce in, and it just was so many steps, and I was so hungry and I was just so done at the point that I just heated up the sauce, put the noodles in it, and it cooked amazingly. And because now I make my own pasta sauce, there's a lot of liquid in those veggies. There's a lot of water. So why not use that water to my benefit instead of having it being super liquidy? It's delicious. So I just put the noodles in. Water break. So yeah, the noodles are now in a pot on my stove. I would show you, but my stove is a mess right now. I've got 3 pots on it. I've got stuff that's splattered out of it, but I'll take a picture. And hello, welcome to Cooking Club, which is going to be renamed Kitchen Club because we talk about everything in the kitchen. The kitchen is the hub of the home. let's see, what else? What else am I cooking tonight? I'm cooking my quinoa. That just needs to kind of get a little bit better of a boil going, and then I'll cover it. So quinoa you cook just like you cook rice. I like to put all my seasonings in the water and let it just cook that way. But you cook it exactly like you cook rice, and it's amazing, and it goes very, very quickly. I'm going to go ahead and chop my broccoli. That's going to be going in there. And yes, I'm using my favorite knife, the one that I keep pointing at you guys. Shing, shing. It's my favorite. Okay. Let me go ahead and cut some broccoli. And the way that I steam my broccoli into my quinoa, so I wait for it to cook almost all the way, the quinoa. And then I just cut up the broccoli and put it on top, and it steams it in it. And then you can just mix it all up together, and it's delicious, and you haven't used anything else to steam with. That I started doing when I was single and living on my own, and I needed to make quick meals, and I would make a whole bunch of broccoli and rice at that point, and had it for like breakfast and lunch and breakfast, or not breakfast, lunch and dinner, lunch and dinner, lunch and dinner, lunch and dinner for like 3 nights and days. And it was really good, and I was like, why didn't I think of this before? So, all right, we've got some good boiling going on the stove right now. I'm gonna stir that pasta, because remember last week it got a little sticky. It stuck together a little bit. Oh, I'm working on my posture, in case you had not noticed. I am working on my posture. Yeah. All right. Let's get, the lid for that. I remember now. I'm like, what did we do last week? I covered it with a lid. With that lid, in fact. All right, and then we're gonna turn that down. And again, because, did you ever ask you to come? How I came to eat like this. Okay, that is a little bit of a long story, but we have some time because we're cooking together, right? Let me check on everything real quick, and then I'll get into that, because it's kind of an involved story. It starts back 56 years ago, which might sound funny because I'm not 56. It starts with my mom, because she was born with a hole in her heart and a heart murmur. And her whole life took, well, not her whole life, her whole adult life took medication for her heart murmur, and eventually ended up passing away when I was 17, just before I turned 17, due to, it was just heart failure. She was 43. So if you do the math, you can kind of figure out how old I am. She was 43, and I was almost 17. It was a month before I turned 17, and they don't know why. They still probably couldn't find out why. On her death certificate, it just says heart failure. So there I am, a 17-year-old, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to have that same problem. And I start every single diet that you can possibly imagine. And it was bad. It was bad. I did the stupidest ones, though I'm not saying that people are stupid for dieting. I'm just saying some of those diets are just stupid. I did every one of them you could imagine. And I was low carb, super low carb, no carb. What else did I did everything. Atkins. And it was a yo-yo effect. And I would lose weight, I would gain weight. I would lose weight, I would gain weight. And I've always struggled with my weight. Always, my entire life. Well, from 3rd grade on. So it was kind of one of those, what am I going to do with myself? Because I don't really know. And then my grandfather passed away from things. My grandfather passed away from complications from Alzheimer's, like we talked about last week. And I was like, man, what is going on? And then my grandma was possibly going to be going in for open heart surgery, and I lost it. And most of my friends don't even know that I lost it. My husband probably doesn't even know that I lost it. I went to a really dark place. I wanted to be healthy. We had started eating a little healthier when I had gestational diabetes with my son, and I decided that we needed to be healthier, but we hadn't made a lot of changes. We didn't add a lot of veggies. We just made some changes that were healthy changes. And then my grandma was sick for like 9 months after my grandfather passed away. And I was like, this is ridiculous. And then they were like, oh, it's her heart. She's going to have open heart surgery. And I was like, no, you can't take my grandma. My mom is gone. My grandfather's gone. You can't take my grandma. And as you can probably guess, we're pretty close. I've been pretty close to my grandparents my whole life. So it was like unimaginable that I would lose Pop and then lose Grandma not even a year later. So funny that I was going to a women's Bible study, a mom's Bible study, and the table mom happens to be with Juice Plus, and she goes, and she's been trying to talk to me about it because she knows that I'm trying to eat healthy, and I'm starting to kind of see a little bit of weight loss, and she knows that my grandfather has passed away, and she goes, look honey, take this research, because Juice Plus has a ton of research behind it, like 33 or 35 studies. She goes, take this research. It helps people heal after surgery. It helps people just be healthier. My grandma's diabetic too. So I said, okay. And I took the research, and I was basically like, Grandma, you need to be on this. So fast forward, I then decide that I'm going to do stuff with Juice Plus, and they have it's the healthy living rules, or the 4 simple changes, whatever you want to call them, that's what they are. And so that's where I kind of made the ultimate choice, I guess you would say, to start eating and living better. I was, at the beginning of last year, so a year and a half ago, I was just about 280 pounds, maybe a little bit more. And I was like, no, I'm going to make some changes. I wanted to get pregnant. We wanted to have our second kid. And so I started to make some changes, and I saw some improvement. And then I started on Juice Plus, and I saw huge improvement. You guys that have been with me for a couple weeks know I lost 65 pounds. I just shed all of that. I dropped it right before I got pregnant with my daughter. And so that's kind of how I got to the point where I was like, no, I need to make a change. And the changes that they suggest are drink more water. All of us could drink more water. Speaking of, drink more water, right? And then we got sleep more, because your body does a lot of healing when you sleep. Eat real food. This is where we're at right now, eating and cooking real food. We eat a lot of raw food too, where I just chop it up and we toss it together, salads. And then be active. So whatever that means for you, it doesn't have to mean be a marathon runner, be a bodybuilder, be super crazy about it. Yes, drink your water. It's been amazing because it's a group of people, it's a community of people that really just want to inspire people to be healthier and to live healthier and to be active. And so that's kind of how I got to where I'm at, and how I have always had this feeling that, hey, I want to be broadcasting something, and because there are a lot of different things that I'm interested in and I like to do, and I love cooking, and I love, as I said before, food really is an expression of love, and why would I give anything but super nutritious whole food to the people that I love? So that's kind of where I started just broadcasting, because it holds me accountable. You guys being here every week with me while I'm chopping and talking and cooking hold me accountable and makes me make the better food and make the better food choices, because it's constantly reasserting to me the reasons why I've chosen it. So my family, that's how I kind of got here. My struggle with my weight. A year and a half ago, I wore a size 26, a women's 26, and now I am down below my pre-pregnancy weight. I was there shortly after giving birth. For the first time in our marriage, in 6 years of being married, I weigh less than my husband. He's a skinny guy, tall and skinny. I weigh less than my husband. I have energy to go on 2-mile walks every single morning with my son. I can run after him and keep up with him. This is how I got to where I'm at. My family, my kids, my own health, my need to get to this point of being healthy. Now I wear a size like 16, 18. Those are starting to be too big, so I don't actually know what size I wear. It's just everything that I wore before I got pregnant. So that's how I got to where I'm at. While I was telling you that, I was chopping up the broccoli. I covered up the quinoa and everything else. I'm going to check on the spaghetti. And then I'm going to chop the stuff for the salad. And then once this stuff is done cooking, guys, I'm pretty much done for the night. That's kind of weird. That's quick, huh? But tomorrow I'll have another one on roasting a chicken, which I have to clean it. You know, you have to rinse it off and clean it. And then I'll be chopping up carrots for that tonight. I'll chop up potatoes for that tomorrow. And the onion and the garlic. And then, what else? So I did wash my potatoes. They were in my bowl of veggies. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw my bowl of veggies. Oh, the garbanzo beans. I have to show you guys those. All right, I'm turning on my oven right now to remind me, because it'll make noises. It kind of clicks and stuff because it's older. Oh, yes. It clicks because it's older, so it'll remind me that I have stuff to do. I'm gonna chop up my other pepper over here. I think the glop is done, so my son, shh, it's so loud in here sometimes. All right, so I've got another pepper that I'm gonna be chopping up for a salad, so we'll do that. And then I've got that carrot for the inside of that pepper was funky. All right, let's go ahead and so the quinoa is almost all the way cooked. It's almost all the way done. So now I'm going to put my broccoli and some garlic in and let that steam. And pretty much by the time there's a good steam on the broccoli, the quinoa will be all the way done. So that's the way that you wanna, it'll be nice and bright and you'll kind of smell the broccoli. I don't know why I always chop broccoli in the middle. I should chop broccoli last. That should be the last thing that I always do. Or the first thing that I do, so I can rinse it off and not be having to feed back and forth from the sink, huh? That's something to think about for next time. Maybe I'll start prepping the broccoli by chopping it, not just washing it. All right, so we've got broccoli. That's now in there. All right, and then we want to put the lid back on because you want that nice steam to stay in there. So that'll be a matter of just a few minutes, guys. It won't be that long. The glop I've turned off. The spaghetti I've turned off because both of those are pretty much done. I'm going to go ahead and cut up a carrot and then cut up this pepper. What was this pepper again? It was for salad, and then I'm probably going to put half of it I'll do for salad and half of it I'll do for the roast, the chicken. Roasting that meat product. All right, and then I'll probably get more at the store to prep other stuff. This one's a little bit funny. It's got weird stuff going on. All right. Let's go ahead and cut this guy. Sorry, again, remembering that I am using very, very sharp knives because someone likes to keep my knives very, very sharp for me. Oh, yes, he does. Do you add spice or spice packets to the roast? I don't add spice packets because a lot of those have a lot of salt in them. So I usually add nutritional yeast. I'll add, what else do I add? I usually, okay, let's just go down the list. Hold on. Let me finish with this really sharp little knife and then we can talk a little bit. bay leaf sometimes. Bay leaf more often for like a pork roast than for a chicken roast, honestly. Let me get this. I'll be able to think better when I don't have a really sharp little knife right next to my fingers. All right, there we go. That's better, right? Okay, so I usually put in, there's tomatoes. If I don't have fresh, then I use a can of the Kirkland organic tomatoes, the diced tomatoes. And then I do nutritional yeast, pepper, a little bit of liquid aminos. I do, what else? I think that's all that I do, because I have the carrot, the potato, onion, garlic, and tomato that I put in the bottom, and a little bit of, yeah, super simple, and it's delicious. When I stuff it, I usually stuff it with, I'll take a lemon, about this size lemon, so not very big. It's, I think, about the size, smaller than a baseball even. I take a lemon and I'll cut that up and I'll put that in with some onion, lemon, sometimes an orange, like half an orange, because that's really delicious. And then I just put it in. I'll do a scope on it tomorrow. And this is the last scope that'll be like this, because I'm trying to figure out how to do it the other way. I've been taking these, saving them, and uploading them to YouTube so that you guys can go back to it. So that if you miss something, you don't have to, oh, it was on that one Periscope and I didn't get to it, or I didn't write it down or something. So I've been uploading them so that you guys can have them. Okay, what else am I doing? This pepper was, I keep forgetting what the pepper's for, guys. It's for, I'm going to remember in just a second, salad and something else. There was half of it was for the salad. Oh, the roast that I was just talking about. You probably wrote that down, didn't you? I bet you did. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put the pepper, the salad stuff in one container. And then I'm just going to take the bigger slices of the pepper and do a little bit smaller for the roast, because I don't want them super tiny. Usually for a salad, I like little tiny bite size so that I can get a whole bunch of flavors on one forkful. What leaves do you use for the salad? Usually spinach. I'll do spinach, and last time I had, I think, red leaf lettuce. I'll do romaine, but usually half spinach and then half of another type of leaf. I also really like chard. I like mustard greens. I like collard greens. So it really just depends, honestly. Whatever I decide to get, whatever's around. If I can get something fresh from a farmer's market, I like to do that. So it really just depends. But definitely half of it's going to be spinach. I get a giant bag of spinach from Costco. I love spinach. So if you don't like spinach, I'm sorry, but that's what I use because we like it and it's really good for you, and it has a lot of folic acid, which is important for women, especially in our childbearing years and if we are pregnant. So spinach salad is good. It is. It's super good. It's delicious. Ooh, you know what I'm called? Cooked spinach. I'm really picky about my cooked spinach because I don't like it being slimy, and I feel like some people don't know how to cook it so it's not slimy. That's my opinion on that. Let's see. Sorry, I feel like, oh, see, my broccoli, we've been talking for not that long. I don't remember what I was saying. How funny is that? I have no idea. All right. I got cut off. I can't remember. But my quinoa and my broccoli are done. Like, in that amount of time that it took me to say those things, they're all done. So now I've got quinoa with broccoli, and then I'm going to add garbanzo beans to that and just mix it all up. My pot's a little bit small, so I have to wait until I have one of my other containers. But I'm cutting for salad and I'm cutting for roast, and then I'm making garbanzo beans. I'm telling you how to make the roasted garbanzo beans that I like so much. I like them so much that I made 2 cans worth last night, and it's almost gone. They're really, really good though, guys. They're really, really, really good. Okay, we were talking about salads. We were talking about what kinds of leaves that I use. I can't remember. It'll come up. Are the beans cooked or dried? Okay, so some people like to use, oh, you mean like when I start roasting them? I have been getting, because I haven't had a lot of time, because little children, I usually get the organic garbanzo beans in the can, and then I just drain them and I dry them really well. But sometimes I'll actually cook my own garbanzo beans. I used to do that. I don't anymore because I have small children and my crock pot is already overworked. The beans that I made last week were delicious. I should have taken a picture. I still have, oh, in fact, these guys. This is what remains of my refried beans that I made last week. The black and pinto beans that I showed you guys. We had tacos twice. So the taco veggies lasted for 2 meals with the beans. And then we have that much left. I'm going to probably take some of the quinoa and put it in there and give it to my husband to take with him to work so that he has something to eat that's really quick, but really kind of nutrient dense and delicious. What else am I doing? Garbanzo beans, but I was going to do something else and I can't remember what I was going to do with this carrot. This part of this carrot, I can't remember what I was going to do with it. See? Baby brain. People don't realize it's a thing. It really is. Oh, I think I was saying that I don't have some of my greens. I haven't gotten some of my greens because I'm going shopping on Wednesday, so I didn't pick up everything. Oh, that's what I was saying. What I was going to say was we have really good farmers markets and they're super seasonal, so you can get really, really good greens at the farmers market, but you only get them certain times of the year. So I'm probably going to head by there on Wednesday to go see what they have. One of the stalls, they give you huge bunches of greens. I'm talking huge, like big bunches of greens, 2 for $2. So you don't really, I mean, you can't get a better price for that unless Sprouts or somewhere has them on sale for 98 cents, which is 2 cents less, and I'd rather support a local farm than Sprouts. I love Sprouts, but that's where I'm at. So, water break. So, I'll probably head by there because one of our farmers markets has a Wednesday night and a Saturday morning. And Saturday morning, he's going to be leaving in that kind of noon 1 time. So, that's not going to work for us because we want as much daddy time for the kids as possible in the next week because he's going to be gone for a week, and like right now she's snuggling with daddy, so it's going to be interesting. Keep me in your thoughts, think about me and what's going to be happening with us at that point. I need to go get another skillet. This one is fresh out of the dishwasher. Look at that. Shing, shing, shing. So pretty. Okay, so now I've got my oven on. I have it at 300 on bake. A lot of people, when they roast their garbanzo beans, they roast them until they're dry and crunchy, and I like them that way as well, but I really like them when they have kind of a harder outer shell and then still kind of soft and chewy on the inside, and that's part of why I like using the canned, so that I can get that, and you don't have to have it as high for 30 minutes or 20 minutes. Normally it's at 400 for 20 minutes. I do it at 300 for like 40 minutes, and I can put my seasoning on it because it's not as hot. So that normally you toss it with the seasoning after, and so I'm just doing it before, and they, seriously guys, delicious. I can't even express to you how delicious this is going to be. What was I doing? Oh, that's what I was going for my bowl so that I can mix my quinoa with my garbanzo beans. Now, instead of waiting to do it, wow, this little pot is full. I wish you could see how full this pot is, but My broccoli is a beautiful color. It's gorgeous right now. It's this really bright green. You can just smell it. It doesn't have that weird broccoli scent. I did take it off the heat after I noticed that it was pretty much done, and that allows the quinoa to be able to absorb as well. Oh! Hot. My glasses are steamy, guys. Steamy glasses. I know we're missing a couple people tonight, so I'm hoping that they catch it on YouTube, because I know Dove was planning on cooking with me, so we'll see. Maybe next time. Alright, so we've got this beautiful quinoa, this mountain of quinoa, that we're just gonna make sure we get all of it out here. And then just kind of start, it's so fluffy and delicious looking. I'm gonna go ahead and take some of this quinoa now and put it into this jar with these beans. So it's kind of like rice and beans. If you are a fan of rice and beans, you can do quinoa instead of your rice, and then you have rice and beans, and it's much healthier and it's super good for you. And see, it's just a jar of deliciousness that I'm going to cover and send to work with him. All right, so we're just going to take some garbanzo beans, put those puppies right on the top, and sometimes I will wait somewhere. Oh, to work with my husband. He's a real estate agent, and he goes into the office. So sometimes he works from home, sometimes he works from the office. Most of the time he works from the office. So we're just... I need a different spoon. I should have used a different spoon, but I am against dirtying another spoon. So we're just going to stir this as gingerly as possible, because this spoon is not as sturdy as it should be. Alright, let's get off the cutting board that's moving. There we go. Okay, so what this is 4 cups of, it's 4 cups of water, 2 cups of quinoa, cooked the exact same way that you cook rice, so you end up with 4 cups of quinoa. It's basil, nutritional yeast, a little bit of chili powder, some pepper. I did not put the liquid aminos in to cook. I'll probably spice it with that when we eat it. And then I've got broccoli, a nice head of broccoli in here, and then a whole can of garbanzo beans. And we'll probably have, I'll probably eat mine on a bed of spinach. Sometimes I'll take something like this and just put it in my spinach salad, because it's delicious. Why wouldn't you? Okay, so now we have one dish completely done. And then, let's see, this skillet seems to be warm enough now. So we're going to, like I always do, well, like I started always doing, well, not say always, because I didn't always do it, but we've got coconut oil that I'm now going to heat up on the skillet. And I'm using, you guys would laugh at me if you saw, but I'm using a baby spoon to scoop out my coconut oil, because it's really, really watery and liquidy because it's melty. But yeah, go ahead, laugh. It's okay. You can laugh at me. I'm going to take another water break. So it hasn't been as hot as it normally gets. It was in the 80s today. It was so nice today, but we keep our apartment at 80 because, and I don't know if anybody else that has done the 10-day shred has found this, and I'll have to ask some of the other ladies and guys that have done it, but I have found that since I started the shred that I just don't feel like 80 is hot anymore. It used to be that 75 was my limit and I would start sweating and I was uncomfortable. That's also partially weight, and I know that, but I mean, our apartment has been set at 80, and unless I'm up and like next to the stove, I'm shiny now because I'm next to the stove and it's hot, but normally, I mean, I'm sitting there and sometimes I'm even cold. I get a little bit chilly, so at 80. So it was, I think, like 86 today, but you know, coconut oil melts at 76, so no matter what, if it's not winter, it's going to be melty here. And I'm always using it. We use it to cook eggs in the morning. We use it to cook, I mean, we cook everything with coconut oil. So, all right. I mean, I cook popcorn. I cooked popcorn on Friday night, and I use coconut oil in popcorn. So it's just everything all the time. I've got my coconut oil ready. I'm just gonna get my garbanzo beans, which I've let dry a little bit because I do rinse them. Everybody used to use coconut oil for popcorn. Yeah, it's really, it makes it so fresh. I can't express to you guys how much I really just appreciate the taste of coconut oil, or the lack of taste that it adds, because it doesn't have the same overpowering flavor that other things do. So it's just one of those, like, oh, it doesn't like make it soggy. It's really just good. Hello, welcome. Hope you enjoy. We're cooking right now. I'm actually almost done with everything that I'm cooking. So I've done quinoa with garbanzo beans and broccoli. I've done veggie glop. I've done spaghetti with homemade sauce and gluten-free noodles. I'm right now cooking up my garbanzo beans that are gonna go roast in the oven. And then I'm pretty much done. What else have I done? You didn't miss it all. You're fine. You can go back and watch it. You can come back and watch it later. It's fine. It's up for 24 hours. And then I'm going to go ahead and upload it to YouTube, so you can always come back and watch it there too. What else? I know, I feel like today, what am I cooking? I'm cooking all sorts of stuff. So, as a recap, I did quinoa. Are you making crunchy garbanzo beans? I'm making, yes, kind of crunchy garbanzo beans. I made quinoa with broccoli and garbanzo beans. And I made veggie glop. I explained what that was, so go back and watch and you'll understand what that is. I told you the whole story behind it because it's kind of a family thing. And then I also made spaghetti with homemade pasta sauce. Oh, did you? Did you beat him? Because I know a lot of people that would love to beat Bobby Flay, but they just don't have what it takes to beat Bobby Flay. And I love Bobby Flay, so Mr. Grillman. But I've got garbanzo beans, and mine will be kind of crunchy on the outside and then kind of chewy on the inside, the way that I make them. And I explained previously how I make them, so go ahead and go back. If you forget or something, or you want to see it again, I will be uploading these to YouTube. For some reason, it's turned on YouTube. All of them are sideways. So it comes out horizontal when I'm filming, and then it turns sideways. I actually did. He's my idol. I got him with, ooh, country fried steak. Yeah, high five. Ah, good job. I love Bobby Flay. He's really just, I can imagine him being funny like off screen, but when they're recording him, he's just a fun guy. So I watched, oh, I can't remember. I bet my husband would remember what the show was. It's like Next Food Star, I think is what it's called. I love that show. I'm like, I could do it, and then no. Yeah, it's a good show. Hello, welcome. We're actually getting toward the end of this scope, but we do this every single week. We're going to change the name from Cooking Club to Kitchen Club because we talk about everything in life in my kitchen. He's a great guy off camera as well. He helps out a lot. Yeah, I can imagine. He seems like a really nice guy. Like, all of the jokes that he tells and how he's just encouraging when you see him on screen. Alright, I'm adding a little more coconut oil because I just feel like I need to. You would definitely be a good constant learner. You can talk and cook. Well, yeah, you know what? I would love to be on it, but I have a feeling that being on a timetable, because right now we're just talking and I'm cooking and I'm kind of telling you guys what I'm doing while I'm cooking, but they always have like timed things and they have so many hours to do something, and I don't know. I don't know that I'd be okay under that pressure because of the way that I like to cook and because of how I feel about cooking. So, you know, maybe it's one of those things. We'll put it on my bucket list. That's true. That is true. I agree with you. Because a lot of it's like, there was one girl that was like, oh, I do all this meat, and she just didn't seem to know anything about vegetables. And I was like, girl, meat goes with vegetables. So we'll put it on my bucket list. It's crazy under time limit. Yeah, exactly. I'll put it on my bucket list, and we'll talk about it some more, and we'll see if it's something that I do. Because again, with 2 small children, there's a lot of things that my husband and we were just talking about camp, because we are camp junkies. We love taking kids to camp, and our children's ministry was taking kids. Practice with us. I'll practice with you guys. We'll time me sometimes and see if I can do that. I mean, I just made 4 meals. Favorite dish to cook? Oh, favorite? I don't know. Plenty of audition video. True, I guess. Yeah, but like we always have to contemplate the things that are actually going to fit into the schedule with how young the kids are now. So, signature dish, probably glop, veggie glop, not regular glop, not my dad's glop, but my glop. And maybe even the quinoa with broccoli, because that's kind of something that I started doing, and the way that I do it to make it easier and quicker to cook. But I did just cook 3 dishes and prep for a salad and the veggies for my roasted chicken in the time amount that we've been talking. So maybe I'd be able to go under pressure. My signature dish and favorite dish to cook. My signature dish would probably be, that's true, making quinoa properly is important, but I found that it cooks so much like rice that people overthink it. Steak. I do love steak. That is, I don't eat a lot of, I want to try popped quinoa like popcorn. Yeah, popped quinoa like popcorn. I am this close to trying. I just love popcorn so much that I haven't yet. But as some of the rest of you know, I don't eat a lot of meat. So when I do eat meat, it has to be really, really good, and it has to be cooked properly. So that's kind of, you probably got the hint that I don't do a lot of meat with the dishes that I told you guys that I cooked. So right now I've got garbanzo beans, coconut oil, and then taco seasoning in my skillet, and I'm just letting these puppies kind of cook together a little bit before I spread them over on my cookie sheet, which is what I'm doing right now. And we're just gonna take all of that. If I look a little bit blue, oh, what did you say? Let's see the food. Oh, I will show you the food. Just give me a minute. I usually don't go back and forth because I need my hands. Welcome. We are cooking. All right, let's go ahead and put this guy over here. Let me spread these out. So I'm just going to spread the garbanzo beans out. And as I mentioned before, I cooked them at a lower temperature for a little bit longer to get A, the texture that I like of the garbanzo beans, and B, so that the seasoning doesn't burn and turn bitter, because that's a problem that you can have when you put seasoning on before. But I just do it at a lower temperature, and I don't have to go messing stuff about again. I can cook it all and be done. All right, those puppies are going in. Okay, let me get some stuff cleaned up around here. So I did show you that I had some beans left over from last week, the ones that were in the crock pot that I showed you. If you didn't catch me last week, go ahead and look on YouTube and you will find me. I think it's connected to my Instagram. I think I have it there, but I can't remember. So let's recap what we did today. I made veggie glop. I made quinoa with broccoli and garbanzo beans, and I just threw my coconut oil. Oops. I prepped for salad, so I have a salad mix. I prepped for the roast chicken that I'll do a Periscope on tomorrow. It'll just be roasting in a crock pot, which is a little different. I did pasta I did spaghetti in a homemade pasta sauce, which my pasta sauce, I break out my trusty Vitamix that I love, and in it went tomatoes, bell pepper. What else did I put in there? What did I tell you guys I put in there? Onion, garlic, a little bit of basil, a little bit of oregano, some nutritional yeast. Yes, the nutritional yeast. And that was it. And then I blended it down. And one of the things that I do that a lot of people don't do, or I haven't found a lot of people do it, I cook my noodles in my sauce. Alright. Let's see. We gotta find a place to put this lid. But then I just take that sauce and I cook my noodles in it. So I don't boil them and then cook them. Oh, and then carrots. I also put carrots in my sauce. I know that sounds a little funny, but a lot of people put sugar in their pasta sauce. I don't eat sugar. I don't eat processed white sugar. I usually don't eat any sugar whatsoever. So that's why I use the carrots, because carrots have a high sugar content, natural sugar, for a vegetable, and it adds a really good flavor as well. So that's what I do, and then I just cook the noodles in it, and there you go. So let me finish straightening up and I will show you the meals that we cooked together. Sugar, because tomatoes are acidic. Is that what you said? No sugar in the South except in our tea. Exactly. Thank you. I grew up in Georgia. I spent almost 9 years of my formative years in Georgia. So sugar in the tea, I've got to go with you there. Although you can do honey in your tea and it's delicious. Let me just turn you on to that, Mr. in the South. Lots of Georgia family. I was in Norcross. So if you know where that is, it's kind of between Macon and Atlanta. Water break. There we go. All right. Let's get some more of this stuff cleaned up. Thomasville. Okay. All right. I'm almost cleaned up, guys. We've got everything pretty much done. This is really, really cool. I remember how excited I was last week that I had just done all of these meals, but I'm excited this week because they're done pretty quickly. All right, let's get them in a place where you can see all of them. And then remember, I'm going to be doing the roasted chicken tomorrow, so I prepped the veggies today, except for the potatoes, because you don't want to cut potatoes a day early. All of it's super simple. It'll probably be maybe a 15-minute Periscope if you guys can get me talking. But it probably won't be that quick. I don't have a restaurant. No, I'm cooking for myself, my husband, my 3-year-old, and then I have a 3-month-old daughter that's nursing. So that's what I'm doing. I just prep our dinners, and I also prep snacks, so we have healthy options every single day, and I don't have to worry about cooking during the day, what I'm going to have for dinner, what my kids are going to eat, anything like that. So I started last week, and it was amazing and fantastic, so that's what I'm doing. But I'll go ahead and show you guys. Now, don't laugh at my stove because it's a little bit messy now. I'll go ahead and move my pots. And the other thing that's really exciting is I don't have a messy kitchen every night. You guys, it was amazing. It was super amazing. I was really excited. Like, I don't know about you guys, but not having to clean up the whole kitchen, just like rinse out the pots, fill up the dishwasher, and start it, woo, it was great. So now I'm going to take the lid off and stir the glop. Oh, I wish you guys could smell this. The glop smells amazing and nothing overcooked. I'm really happy about that. I'm pretty stoked about it. And again, the glop you can put over noodles. You can cut up, you can make zoodles. Look at that. Oh, hush, you haven't even seen it yet. Don't make fun of my stove. You know what? Just for that, sir, I'm going to wipe it down a little bit. Oh, the other thing that I want to remind you, for some of you that haven't been on since the beginning when I said it, I'm going to be doing cooking club or kitchen club on Friday this coming week instead of next Sunday, because the hubby will be out of town and I'll be by myself with the kids. So I'll be doing my shopping on Wednesday, and I'll post for you how I buy to prep, and then I'll be doing all of my cooking and stuff on Friday. So it'll be interesting, and if you join me, great. I totally understand if you have other stuff going on a Friday, but I don't at the moment. So that's kind of where we're at. Alright, so I just wiped down my stove the best that I could for the moment so that I can show you. Okay, let's recap. I have salad mix, and I'll be getting the greens for the salad. Follow me and I'll be cooking this. Oh, okay, I'll follow you too then. Because I was gonna just do like a Sunday scope on whatever, we could just talk while other people cook or something, but I'll follow you and I'll watch you. So we have salad mix, and that was peppers and carrots, and I'll be getting cabbage and greens when I go shopping on Wednesday, so salad will be sometime Thursday or Friday. And then we have the roast chicken that I'm doing tomorrow. So that's the chicken, and we prepped the peppers and the carrots for that today. I'll cut the potatoes tomorrow and put that all together. I'll also rinse out the chicken, and I'll stuff it with onion and lemon, fresh lemon. And then I'll go over the rest of the ingredients for that tomorrow, and I'll do just a quick scope on that. So tonight, the other things that we have done that are sitting on my counter right now, and I will show you. Oh. Hello. All right, let's get you turned around. Do you like the ceiling? There's the ceiling. Okay, here is, it's really not doing it justice. Here is the homemade pasta sauce and the spaghetti. Here is the quinoa with the broccoli and garbanzo beans. And then, you guys are plugged in, so. And then here is the glob. So it's veggie glob. And I might put that over some gluten-free noodles. We'll see. I would need to cook them now, so I might need to make that decision. Probably not. I might just serve it with like a whole wheat tortilla for my husband, and then put it over spinach for myself. So there's that quinoa again with the broccoli and garbanzo beans. And then here is the spaghetti. And then we'll have, thank you, we'll have salad again, and then that roasted chicken. So that's all of my meals for, all of my dinners for the week. And then normally if we have leftovers, which we probably will for some of the things, leftovers are on Sundays so that we can get the fridge cleaned out. And then Saturday, we'll see. So normally I cook 5 meals, and then we have Saturday is kind of a toss-up. I think yesterday, what did we have? Oh, we had leftovers again, so we had leftovers 2 days. How long have I been cooking? Well, not to give myself away too much. No, I actually, my grandma always cooked, my mom always cooked. Not super healthy, but they always cooked. So it's kind of a family thing. When my mom wasn't working 2 or 3 jobs, she cooked. When my grandma was when she wasn't 80, she cooked a lot more. So it's just kind of something that has always been near and dear to my heart. You weren't here earlier, so you didn't, or the previous scopes, but cooking and food are, in my opinion, an expression of love. They're just love. So I endeavor to make food that is nutritious and good, and like the best expression of food love that I can. So I've been cooking for years, and I am years old. Does that help? No, I've been cooking like this for about 1.5 years. I started kind of tweaking my recipes. My son is 3, almost 3.5, and so it was right around the end of the pregnancy with him. So yeah, but I've been cooking for most of my life, and I've been tweaking and doing healthier takes on stuff. Oh, I am going to do one. Oh, my eyes were all crazy. I had like super crazy eye. I am going to be making, and I'll do a scope on this when I make them so you guys can see my true feelings about them, but they're supposed to be super healthy brownies. So we'll see how that goes. They're protein powder, which I have that, obviously. Cocoa, peanut butter, and there was something else. I can't remember what it was. 4 ingredients, but I'll post the recipe and I'll post everything on the website, on the blog, and probably post pictures on Instagram. So you can find me on Instagram, Manda D Panda, and you can find all of when we eat. I usually post pictures. I post a lot of pictures of my kid too, so you'll see pictures of my children. But you'll see the food and what it looks like when I plate it. And then recipes go up on the blog, harmonyinthestitches.blogspot.com. I'll probably be changing over to something on WordPress. I just don't know when that'll happen. Probably when my daughter gets a little bit older, because that's when I'll have time to do it. But if you want to follow me, please follow me. I would love to share recipes. You can post in the comments on there. All sorts of good stuff. Love the hearts. Thank you so much. I really, truly enjoy this time that I spend with you guys. Otherwise, I'd just be talking to myself and trying not to cut my fingers because my knives are so sharp. But I really enjoy this. I won't forget, I promise. I really do enjoy this. I really enjoy the accountability and just the community that we're building. So I hope to see you guys next Friday when I start this again, and then we'll be doing Kitchen Club on Sunday evenings from that point on. We're just going to do it Friday next week to account for the fact that I'm going to be by myself. Time on Friday after my son goes to bed, and when I get my little girl goes to my husband. So it'll be, normally he goes to bed around 7. Tonight was a little later, but normally he goes down around 7, so I usually get myself all set up to cook with you guys by 7:30-ish, and then I get on. So Pacific, yes. So I know you're on the East Coast, and that means that you're going to bed later, but I appreciate you hanging out with me. So if you can make it on Friday, great. It'll be right before you go out to, clubs, if you still do that. Yeah, so Friday, and then on Sundays from that point on. And then I'll also start doing my shopping scopes so you guys can see. I'm probably not going to do live from no clubs, right? I'll probably not do live from the stores, just because that'll be a little bit harder, because I usually wear my daughter in an ergo or a wrap, and then I have my son in the buggy, and he likes to help me count all of our produce, so we count peppers and all that kind of stuff. So I'll probably just, when I get home, set it all out, and we'll talk about what I bought, where I bought it from, and what it's for. And if it's snacks, if it's like, we buy a ton of apples, and I never cook with them because they're for snacks, they're for eating during lunch, they're for that kind of stuff. So I'll do that on Wednesday, and then next week, so not this coming week, but the week after that, I'll probably do that shopping on Friday. We won't have a lot of shopping to do because I'm going to try and stock up, because he'll be gone during that time, and that'll be like the last day that he's gone. So I'll be a little bit frantic and crazy, and my eyes might be huge, but I will definitely post for you guys. I hear her going right now. She needs to eat. So thanks again for being on here. I totally appreciate it. I love hanging out with you guys. I'm going to turn off my blue light, and then I'm going to go feed my little girl. So have a great night. See you guys on Wednesday.